Hey, how's it going everybody? It's Raph from B&C Camera, and I'm pretty stoked to say that I had a chance to shoot with this bad boy right here. This is a Panasonic S5 Mark II X. Firstly, huge shout outs goes to the man, the myth, the legend himself, Panasonic Pete, for providing me with the S5 Mark II X. Went ahead and had a field day with it, and it was a lot of fun to shoot with. If you're ever curious about the Panasonic brand and what it has to offer, definitely give Pete a holler at our next trade-in event or any Panasonic feature events in the near future. Of course, you can definitely check out all that info on our website at bnccamera.com. Alrighty, so I went ahead and had a chance to poke around with the camera and play around with the brand new phased hybrid-based autofocusing system. And hallelujah, right? This is a much requested thing for Panasonic shooters the world over. It's been requested for quite some time, and it's definitely a step in the right direction for the brand. Everything else to me is fairly familiar territory, as I am a Panasonic shooter myself. Alrighty, besides the brand new phased hybrid-based autofocusing system, the Panasonic S5 Mark II is rocking a 24 megapixel full-frame sensor with 5.5 stops of in-body sensor shift stabilization. Let's go ahead and discuss a little bit about the I/O ports before we get into the bread and butter of the video, of course, which is going to be the brand new autofocusing system and how it performs in low light.
Starting on the left, we have a full HDMI out and a USB Type-C port. With that being said, with the X, you will be able to record RAW out to supported external recording monitors out the gate. And you'll also be able to pop in select solid-state drives to the USB Type-C to record to higher capacity storage systems. Other than that, you also have your standard 3.5mm jacks for mic and monitor out for audio. All pretty standard stuff. And on the right, you have your two SD card slots that support up to UHS 2 speeds and the remote port. Of course, what I love and why I do video on Panasonic is their awesome color profiles. And there's a pretty great selection to choose from, to include of course Vlog and Cinelike D2 and V2. I personally like utilizing Cinelike D2 as it has a great balance of contrast and colors. If you need a bit more edge with contrast, V2 is a great option as well. Alrighty, I'm sure the moment most of y'all have been waiting for, how well does the autofocusing work along with the low light capabilities of the S5 Mark II X? To really put the camera through those paces, I went out to one of my local favorite bars in town and shot some footage of a photo gallery event being held at the bar. But first up, in store with adequate lighting, the autofocusing for the camera was pretty solid. Since it's no longer contrast based, meaning the autofocus doesn't rely on the contrast from lighting, the autofocus is much more snappier and is less likely to do the whole pulsing thing that the prior cameras used to do. Hooray! Under low light situations, the camera had no issues identifying and keeping locked on subjects. Very impressive. Speaking of low light, let's segue on over to how the S5 Mark II X performs under low light and what the ideal ISO settings are to see where the grain starts to become apparent. Adjusting the aperture accordingly, we can see that there is of course no issue with grain on the lower ISO settings. All the way up to 6400, it's all fairly solid run-of-the-course footage. When we start to go beyond past that 6400 is when we really start to notice that grain. From what I had noticed, 8000 ISO is when you start to see the noise. And of course, anything higher makes it that much more apparent. If you have a fast enough lens, this shouldn't be an issue, but if you're working with something that's already a bit more closed up, be sure to have adequate lighting with you on locations. Lastly, I'll throw on some footage of me running around the bar with the S5 Mark II X with the 18mm f1.8 lens. I shot the footage with the standard IS, but there is an active IS option which further stabilizes video at the cost of a slight crop factor. I'll go ahead and cross-cut some footage with stabilization from DaVinci Resolve as well as standard IS footage just to kind of show you guys what to expect for stabilization with the camera.
Alrighty, so there you have it. That's the S5 Mark II X from Panasonic. So what'd you guys think? If you guys and gals happen to have any questions or would like to leave your own experiences with the Panasonic S5 Mark II X, definitely leave them in the comment section down below. Now, of course, you can order the camera online on our website at bnccamera.com. Of course, we ship nationally. And if you're a Las Vegas local, you can go ahead and swing by at the shop and pick one up for yourself. Hope you guys found the video helpful and informative. If you did, please be sure to give us a like and subscribe as always. And of course, I am the one and only Raph, and I will catch you guys in another video. Bye now.